Long before Europeans arrived, indigenous nations practiced their own forms of slavery, but it wasn't the industry we think of today. It was often a byproduct of war, captives taken to replace lost kin or to settle blood feuds. In these systems, slave status wasn't always permanent. Many captives were eventually adopted into the tribe, becoming full members. It was about people, not just property. Then came the 17th century. The arrival of the English changed the value of a captive. Suddenly, there was a market. Between 1670 and 1715, more Native Americans were exported out of Charleston as slaves than Africans were imported into it. Tens of thousands were shipped to the West Indies. This slaving frontier destabilized the continent before the plantation system even took root. By the early 1800s, the 5 civilized tribes faced a brutal ultimatum: civilize or be destroyed. To many, civilizing meant adopting the Southern economic model. This included chattel slavery. By 1860, there were over 12,000 enslaved black people living within these 5 nations. It was a tool of sovereignty. By building a Western-style economy, tribal leaders hoped to prove they were civilized enough to keep their lands. It didn't work. When the U.S. government forced the tribes west in the 1830s, the enslaved went with them. They walked the Trail of Tears, suffering alongside their owners. After the war, the treaties of 1866 forced the tribes to not only free their slaves, but, in many cases, grant them full tribal citizenship. History is rarely a story of pure heroes and villains. It's a story of survival, compromise, and the devastating ways one system of oppression can be used to fight another. To tell the full American story, we have to look at the shadows, where the quest for indigenous sovereignty and the horror of African slavery were deeply intertwined.